back to the Post TV. I'm Ellie Metzler.
And I'm Danny Gray. We're very happy that you've tuned in. The best weekend in Athens is coming up, Halloween. Ellie, I know you made a video pertaining to some safety tips. Do you have any?
My best tip would be always go out with your friends.
Let's take a look at the video.
Happy fall, Bobcats. Fall means OU's most thrilling weekend is coming up. Let's talk about how to stay safe and out of trouble while still having fun. Ohio University Housing is doing everything they can to keep residents safe this Hallow Weekend. Here are some of the rules and restrictions you should be aware of. Every student that lives in campus dorms is to get a wristband from their RA on Friday, October 27th at 8 p.m. Students must bring their student ID when obtaining their wristbands. On Halloween weekend, all doors except for the main one to each dorm will be closed off. This year, OU Housing is going to allow guests. If students want to have an overnight guest, they must pay $50 and register them online. If you try to sneak in a non-Ohio University guest, you will be fined $100. Now let's talk about some safety tips. If you are under 21, stay away from bars. Underage bargoers tend to get arrested a lot more on Hallow Weekend. Make sure you aren't walking anywhere alone. Ask a friend to walk with you if you want to go somewhere else. Make sure to be prepared before you go out. Charge your phone before you go and take anything else you may need. Be aware of your surroundings and look out for anything suspicious. Don't be afraid to call for help if you need it or even suspect something creepy. Do not take drinks from anyone, especially open containers. Know your limits when it comes to alcohol. No one wants to forget their Halloween in Athens.
I'm glad OU is allowing guests this year. I'm really excited for this weekend, and now I know how to stay safe.
One of the best things about Athens is the beautiful hills, the trees, and the flowing river. Let's take a look at some of the best fall sights. In a city renowned for its shimmering fall season, it's fairly easy to find a spot in Athens to take in the colors. Many streets and landmarks in Athens proper provide ridgeline overlooks, view corridors into various parts of the city, or extensive wooded winding roadways. This list is by no means all-inclusive, but does cover most of Athens with its available sightlines and angles.
The falling leaves are not the only ones bringing color and vibrancy to Athens recently. Casa Nueva, the Mexican restaurant just steps from the corner of Court and West State, will be continuing its Worker Art Gallery show through the first week of November. The art will be available for public viewing during business hours.
We have an art curator that's on staff here, and every month she chooses a new artist, and she pitched that idea, and we got very excited about it.
Sounds like great art complemented by great food. Now let's toss it over to our editorial staff to see what they've been working on.
Hello, my name is Imwalle, and I'm the investigative editor here at the Post. Today I'm bringing you some of this week's top stories. Now our first one comes from The Beat, Shyla Algeri, writing about what your favorite Athens bar says about you. Whether that's Red Brick or all the way down Court Street to Bronies, you can find out where you fit into the bar scene. Now, speaking of Court Street, freshman writer Jackson McCoy, he wrote an in-depth article for the project section talking about the different street musicians of Court Street. Now, you may hear them each weekend uptown, and you can hear more about their careers away from Court Street. And uptown will be a little crowded for those buskers this weekend because it is Halloween. Culture writer Sophia Rooksbury breaks down the historic Halloween in Athens and the iconic block party that comes with it. And also on the topic of Halloween, news writer Suzanne Piper writes about OUPD and APD's preparation for this fall weekend that they have grown so familiar with over the years. Now, Hallow Weekend isn't the only thing coming up this week because the 99th meeting between OU football and their rival Miami kicks off on Saturday at 3:30 p.m. And sports editor Bobby Keegan breaks down the nuanced history of the Battle of the Bricks and the large impact that this Saturday's game has on their season. Now, that does it for this week's Post TV editorial segment. To read all those stories and more, you can go to the Post website at thepostathens.com. Thank you.
This week's podcast feature is for all you hockey lovers. Andrew Bowlby and Hiday sit down to talk about all things hockey. Tune in to Blue Line Banter weekly.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Post's brand new podcast, Blue Line Banter. I'm one of your hosts, Cassie.
And I'm your other host, Andrew Bowlby.
And we're going to talk about everything at hockey, basically.
Everything.
And maybe end up yelling at each other.
Likely.
So, Andrew, tell me about your hockey fandom.
So, I got into hockey probably when I was about, 10 years old.
Be sure to check out all our podcasts at our website, thepostathens.com. Now let's go to James for our upcoming weather.
All right, good to see you again. My name is James Zinnbauer. I'm your forecaster for today, courtesy of Ohio University's Scalia Lab. As you can see, we have a beautiful day around us today on Wednesday. Thursday as well is looking like it'll be more of the same. Some partly cloudy skies in and out, highs in the upper 70s. Friday as well, we're going to have highs in the upper 70s still, a little bit more clouds, but all that nice weather is going to start to come to a close this weekend, unfortunately. If you've noticed, more of the clouds today are going to start, really rolling in over this weekend as well. We're getting some moisture coming up from the south. We're getting a cold front that's approaching our area over the weekend, especially Saturday and Sunday, even into Monday a little bit. We're going to have some showers. Even though it'll be warm still, it'll be still in the upper 70s. Unfortunately, for those looking to, go out and celebrate the early Halloween, it's going to be a little wet for you. It's not anything to be concerned about, but it's definitely an inconvenience. Thankfully, all those showers won't exactly last forever, and the actual Halloween day will be quite partly cloudy, nice, but it'll be cold, because after that cold front moves through, we're getting a whole blast of Arctic air that's moving in. So your forecast for this Halloween looks like it's going to be more of the high 40s for the high on that day. Unfortunately, then, for the evening, we're getting some low 20s. It's just going to be a little bit uncomfortable, especially if you're going out. Thankfully, though, maybe in the evening time, you're getting temperatures maybe in the 30s, maybe even low 40s, so it won't be unbearable, but if you're going out especially, be sure to dress up, because that's definitely not going to be very comfortable. Rest of the week looks decent as well, partly cloudy, no more rain, but it's definitely going to stay with cold for a little bit, and unfortunately, these nice little blasts of early fall weather won't exactly last that much longer. So, good seeing you. Thank you for tuning in. I will get back to you next week with another forecast. All right.
Over the weekend, Bobcats hockey D1 was winless in a two-game series to Niagara, losing 0-1 and 1-7. The team also lost to Buffalo State, losing 0-2. They take on Adrian Thursday in Michigan, and Friday in a home game against Athens to bounce back. D2 hockey faced off against Penn State in their own two-game series, which resulted in a dominant 6-2 first game, but came up short in a shootout in the second game, losing 3-4. Bobcats volleyball was able to pull off a double 3-0 sweep against Miami over the weekend. They hope to continue their dominance this upcoming weekend in two away games against Toledo on Friday and Ball State on Saturday. Bobcats soccer fell to Miami last Thursday, losing 0-1, but was able to come back to beat Eastern Michigan on Sunday, winning 1-0. They take on Akron in the last game before the MAC playoffs. Bobcats football secured a 20-17 win against Western Michigan, coming off their loss against NYU. They take on Miami Redhawks this weekend in a Halloween game at 3:30 in Peden. This is shaping up to be the Bobcats' biggest game of the season, not only for the rivalry, but for the right to possibly play in the MAC championship.
Thanks, Chase. To get ready for this spooky weekend, Posties told us what Halloween costumes they think will be the most popular.
I think with the popularity of the movie, I think that definitely the Barbie and Ken costume will definitely be the most popular, especially amongst couples.
Oh gosh, probably gonna see a lot of Scooby-Doo costumes, Scooby-Doo gang. Ooh, maybe Oppenheimer. Some people might be Oppenheimer.
I think the most popular Halloween costume, it's probably gonna be like Barbie, right? Or like Barbie and Ken. I think some variation of that.
It's gonna be Ken and Barbie.
Yeah.
Ken and Barbie, yeah.
I want to say the most popular Halloween costume will be Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift because I love Taylor Swift, but let's take the man out of the equation. I think people are just going to dress up as Taylor Swift's eras.
The most popular Halloween costume this year is Barbie and Ken.
I think it's going to be a pirate from like One Piece.
I think the most popular Halloween costume this year is going to be Barbie and Ken. We'll find out for sure this weekend what the most popular costume really is. Now, it's no secret that Ohio University has tons of talented students. Let's take a look at an OU-made band, Split.
This summer, I knew I was going to live with Jacob, who is a really, really fantastic singer. And my roommate, I found out, played drums. So we were like, guys, let's totally make a band. And I was really, really pushing it for a long time. So I reached out to my other friend, Harrison, who plays guitar. And after a while, we had to reach out to Ella, who I didn't know very well, but I had a class with her. And I saw that she played bass, and I was like, Ella, you should totally help us because you're going to be the best one in our band. And she is the best one in our band. We formed pretty much, like fully formed like a week before our first show. Learned a bunch of songs in a week, and it was fun. It was a good time. So our first show ever was at the Union, which is like kind of the biggest venue in Athens. Our goal was to like work up to eventually get to play at the Union, and then we found out we were going to get to play there right away. So yeah, we were nervous. None of us have played in Athens before, so it was definitely, we didn't know exactly what to expect.
We don't have any more songs.
Thanks, Ryan, for featuring Split. I can't wait to hear even more of their music.
Have you ever wondered what the inner workings of a student-run publication look like? Over to Trey with some of the behind the scenes of how we make the Post.
Oh, you can do pretty much everything here. Honestly, like if it's media related, you can do it. Anybody who wants to get involved, email me, email editor@thepostathens.com, email kmo53019@ohio.edu. DM me, message me, find me on the street. Find anybody in the Post on the street and they can get you started. There is no official application process. We do a lot of really good work here, but there's not a way you have to apply. I think sometimes people think that there is. But we have all sorts of avenues people can get involved with. On the writing side, we have 6 editorial sections and copy editing. Those vary between opinion writing, entertainment, hard news, everything in between. We have short form, we have long form, really anything that you could think about that they'd have written at a newspaper, we do, because we are a newspaper. And but if writing isn't your speed, we have all sorts of other things. We do page design, we have illustrations, we have photos, we have multimedia, which encompasses video, Post TV, which is our broadcast version of the Post, and we do that weekly on Thursdays, and podcasting, I believe did not say. We also have social media that people can get involved with. People can be in as many sections as they'd like. Okay, short form, just Wednesday nights. It's a little hectic, but about 6 of us sit down week to week and we put the stories on the pages with their beautiful photos and illustrations, and we try to make the design interesting and engaging. And we have about 4 hours to do it.
Thanks, Trey. Be sure to pick up the Post newspaper every Thursday for the latest news and entertainment.
So what are you up to this Halloween?
I'm going to go to the block party on Saturday. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Nice. What are you dressing up as?
I'm going to be Waldo. Can
Nice.
you find me?
I'll try.
Athens, you know what it's all about? Oh, you all, yeah.
We can't wait for Halloween. We hope everyone has a safe and fun weekend. Thank you for tuning in to the Post TV. I'm Ellie Metzler.
And I'm Danny Gray. Be sure to check out all these full-length videos at thepostathens.com.